What can we say? What can we say about AEW Dynamite tonight? Looked like a good show. Crowd was hot the entire time. They progressed stories. I've told y'all from the beginning, I haven't been watching AEW that much. I haven't been watching wrestling that much. I haven't been paying much attention to it. And so tonight I just figured I'd jump on, I'd watch it, and I'd come and give my honest opinion from kind of more of an outsider looking in now. And I have to say, it was really good. It was really good. They progressed. They had a lot of hot matches. They focused on their stars. I think a lot of times in the past they got caught up and kind of was jumbled a lot going into it. It was very jumbled. But this wasn't jumbled. The storylines were clear. They progressed them. They're moving forward, and they're going for it. I got to say, the first match, Penta versus Jay White was killer. It was a very good match. The crowd was hot. Bullet Club gold is gold. I know that's kind of stupid to say, but Bullet Club gold is gold. It's gold. It's absolutely gold. They did very well. They interact with the crowd. They get the crowd going. They're great heels. Jay White is Jay White. He's always going to put on a good match. Every single time that he's out there, he's going to put on a good match. And they progressed that storyline with MJF. And that's what they're doing. And we saw that at the end of Dynamite. We saw that too, where they progressed it with MJF. And we thought, wow, MJF's finally getting it. MJF's finally getting his revenge. He got the belt back. He got the Triple B back. And then all of a sudden, the good old low blow happened. And MJF is down. Let's talk about that Battle Royal for a minute. And that's probably one of my biggest negatives of the night was the Battle Royal in itself. You knew who was going to be in the finals. You knew it was going to be Max Caster versus Juice Robinson. I haven't watched in several weeks. I picked up the remote. I watched it tonight, and I knew going into that it was going to be Max Caster versus Jay Wright. They predicted it. They foreshadowed it. They called it out when the only two people who came out on live television was Max Caster and Juice Robinson. I like a little more unpredictability when it comes to wrestling. I like when the big stars just, boom, you hear the music come out. I remember we used to just, you never knew when The Rock was going to come out, but all of a sudden you just heard, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? And then he would come out. I love that. I hate that we got to announce it because we want to bring up the ratings a little more. Where I think the ratings can come up if you have that element of surprise because you don't know who's going to come out to speak. And so they kind of foreshadowed who was going to be in it. And then, yeah, they did a Dustin Rhodes thing that somebody said. But we knew in the end it was going to be Max Caster versus Juice Robinson. And because of the big storyline with MJF, we knew who was going to win. And that's the kind of stuff that just bums me out. If I got to put it, I mean, that probably, if the show was a B+, it's probably down to a C now. C+ now. That just kills it. Kind of kills the vibe when it comes to it. But overall, good show. C+. Would have been a B+ if they didn't foreshadow all that. I'm not going to go through every single match. I'm not going to talk about all that. This is just a quick 5 to 10 minute thoughts on Dynamite. Overall, I thought it was good. The announcing was good. Let's talk about one thing. Before we get there, let's talk about Toni Storm. What do you think of that gimmick? What do you think of the timeless gimmick from Toni Storm? You like it? Do you not like it? I think it's money. I think it's absolute money. And I got to say, I'm a complete idiot. Like I said, I haven't been paying much attention to it. And I watched it. And all of a sudden, they've been they've been talking about Toni Storm. They've been talking about this gimmick, and I've been seeing it on Twitter, and all of a sudden I'm watching Dynamite Night, and they go to do her little movie, which they've been promoting, and then it went to picture-in-picture, and I'm going, what the heck happened? Why are they going in the picture-picture? So what did I do? I immediately got on Twitter, and I said, hey, is this supposed to be? Boy, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Everybody reminded me that Toni Storm's gimmick is of a silent film star, kind of Marilyn Monroe, which she actually was after it. So, yeah. So I'm an idiot. Like, guys, you guys are awesome. You guys corrected me about 25 different times, and then you reposted it and corrected me in the quotes too. So I got to say thank you, because I don't know what I would do without the 18 million people that responded to that tweet or post and said just did this. So thank you all for that. I feel stupid. I responded to a couple of them, said, that makes sense. Comic Book Bob, the Wrestling Council. I know I don't got many people that watch this show, but if you ever get time, look up the Wrestling Council on YouTube. Follow Comic Book Bob. They put out great products. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All hail the House of Hollis. Yeah, I'm getting a little old at my age for that stuff. But it's good to see you too, brother. Good to see you too. But Toni Storm, I think that gimmick's money. I think it's absolute money. I was talking, Crowbar put out some stuff the other day. We talked about it because Crowbar is timeless. He's absolute timeless. And he kind of just said, take it, Toni. Do what you can. But when you're done, when the TV producers are done with you and they give you a new gimmick, guess who still will be timeless? And that is Crowbar. But she's embraced it. She's doing something. She has people talking about her. That's what you want as a wrestler. You want people outside of the show talking about you. And that's what Toni Storm has been able to do. She's been able to do that. And I think she's really digging into something. I think she has a good character, and it's going to be awesome to continue to see her transform and move forward. Let's talk about the women division real quick too. I saw a couple tweets. People are saying that they absolutely love the AEW women's division. They say that has more talent than WWE. Now, I don't know, because I don't pay attention to WWE. I can't compare the two. It'd be like I don't know. I can't even think of a stupid analogy. But they say it has more talent, but they just lack the storylines. And I'll give people credit. WWE puts a lot more emphasis on their women than what AEW does. And I would love to see more than one match a night for AEW, and then more than 2 segments a night with AEW. That's always been one of their Achilles heels when it comes to wrestling, was the lack of focus on women. I believe they have the talent to do it now. I believe they have the talent to start progressing and doing that. I don't know what's holding them back. I don't know what's going through the mind of Toni Khan, to where he doesn't want to do it. Is do the ratings show something? Do the numbers that we don't get to see? Do the analytics show that it doesn't move as much? I don't know. Don't put those words in my mouth. I'm just trying to put my head into his head and think the way he thinks. But I think he has something in Toni Storm. These animals are going crazy. Sheeta, Sakura tonight. God, Sakura just has people feeding out of her hand. Have you noticed that? Just the way she goes and does stuff. She can hold her hands up, and she says, "I'm the highness," and all of a sudden the crowd starts booing. You're like, man, she literally has bird food on her hands, and she's holding it out, and we're just like, oh, look at that, there's bird food, and we're eating it eating it up. We're like, there's seeds, and we're eating it. She has us eating out of her hands, and I'm going, Sheeta was the one that should have won that match. Sheeta won that match. But damn if they didn't tell a good story in the ring. They told a heck of a story. So the talent is there in AEW. The talent's there. I would love to see a lot more storylines put in for them. And so to end it tonight, the end of tonight, we're at 10 minutes. I told you I don't like to go more than 10 minutes, but Sting. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I think he's had a great career, an amazing, amazing career. But to see Sting sit in that ring and say the R word, say the retirement, just totally breaks my heart. He's had a heck of a career. Next year, around March, Revolution is going to be Sting's last match, and I'm going to be there. I was there the day he debuted in AEW. Me, Marcus, we were there, and I'm going to be there the day he retires from wrestling. It doesn't matter where it is. It could be California. It could be Florida. It could be Georgia. Wherever it's going to be, I'm going to be there. And I hope and pray that AEW delivers a great retirement for Sting. It'd be interesting to see, what is he going to do after retirement? We know he's not going to wrestle. Is he just going to manage? Is he going to just be behind the scenes? Or is he just going, you know what? I'm done. I'm walking away. I don't want to be in this anymore. Although my heart aches for it. I want to be in it. My body's saying I can't do it. Or is he going to be behind the scenes? Is he going to be a producer? Is he going to be part of creative? He's going to be this. He's going to be something. It'll be interesting to see. But it's definitely hard to hear Sting say, I'm going to retire. Because you got to understand, man, I remember watching the USA Sting, man, face painted as a kid. He's one of the ones that got me into this. And it's hard to see him say, you know what, I'm done. I'm retiring. And so it's going to be awesome to see the next several matches leading up to that. Sting's going to go out a bang. It's going to be one heck of a story that's going to be told over the next year. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Again, like I said, Dynamite, I thought it was very good. I didn't like the ending of the Dynamite Royal. I think they predicted it too much. But overall, I give it about a C+. The crowd was hot. Everything was good. They told some stories. They progressed stories. And tune in next week. Before I drop the episode, I will always do a dialogue where I talk to y'all for a few minutes just about the state of wrestling. Today, I talked about it. Check it out on my Twitter. And you'll see where I kind of bash tribalism. Next week, we'll see what we jump into. Y'all have a good night. God bless you all. I love y'all.